What's going on, people? Top of the morning. My voice is a little bit spent. Uh, I added the second show and uh, had a couple. I've been on the phone, with people, and just had another hour and something talk with Tom. And man, I think I could get him on board to come back. And I'll say this: the benefit of that. I'll first let me say hi. Hey AJM, hey Michigander, Sasquatch, AJ Blind, all the dudes, man, all the dudes are here. Oh man, this is a special site right here, and so I might be able to get Tom back to help us out, and hey, what's up, yeah, yo mama, and those are good shows, right? Because me and him did good shows, and I'm able to kind of go a little deeper into some of this stuff. That's happening in the world because I'll have a real good scripture guide to reel me back in. So it makes for a better show because you can kind of speculate a little bit more when you have somebody that's keeps you um, keeps you within the word, and so it just makes for a more entertaining show. So on days that I can get them right, it's going to be that I have to have like an earlier start time. That's what's going to suck, right? Because if anything, people want me to come on an hour later, right? So I added the night show, but it's really the night show is kind of missing people. Anyway, I think I made it too late because a lot of people in the UK that's in the middle of the night for them. So I don't know. There's still a lot to work out. Hey Faith, how you doing? What's up, Thought Police? And yeah, and I think that would be good. So I don't know, maybe either that or we'll record something like we used to do and then premiere it or whatever, and I'll be in the chat because I kind of need to like start managing the chat. It's hard when I'm on my own, right? Because I'm in my own flow. I got my own, um, my own goal to reach, right? And so, I usually don't know what that is until like right before the show. But I also have some planned stuff, and it's cool that I have a better device now, so that way I could pull up my scripture and my notes and all that stuff. That's not a problem. That's going to be awesome. But also, I got some advice from some people that that come to the show that they want to like do like a study of Acts or something like that, like go through the book of Acts. What's up, Clutch Bear? And I think that'll be cool too, because if anything, I need to get into that book more. And really, that's what we're looking at in the last days, right? Is we're gonna have to go out there and preach. I mean, a lot of us are getting ready for different things, right? A lot of us are. Some of us have to learn how to be a little more tolerant. Some of us have to learn how to be patient. Some of us have to learn, like I have to learn to be a little stronger, right? I have to learn to be a little decisive. And so we all have things that we need to sharpen up on, right? And we're all at different levels, all doing different things. And sometimes that's going to make for a crazy place, right? But we have to, I'm not saying what anybody has to do, but the one thing we have in common, right, is that we put our faith in Jesus Christ for our salvation, you know, and we have to get that one right. And the rest, there's always Level Up. You can go watch lessons over there, or I I personally like Pillar of Truth Church. It used to be Great Harvest. I like Pastor Tyler like Tyler Joka. I like his stuff, but like not one person has all the truth, right? So I can't say that I even agree with everything there, right? I just lean on God's understanding, right? Proverbs 3:5, right? Is trust God and don't lean on your own understanding. So while it's fun to search and study, and we should be studying every day, I love it, and that will help us get there, and but none of us are going to get perfect. And so what I'm saying is if I had 20 years right ahead of me, right, and that if I thought that there was going to be 20 years left, right, I would do things a lot differently. But because I'm feeling that time is short, um, I would be happy to get anybody in here that just is willing to listen about God. And so the time changes everything, right? Like the amount of time we have left changes everything. And so there are problems that we're going to have to get over fast. And I know that it's not easy for everybody, but I use everything as like, I don't know, like for me personally, I use everything as a reason to get better. Like even if somebody's giving me, you know, an unfair criticism or whatever, I just take it as, okay, I could be better. Well, God wouldn't have planned that in my life for no reason. It's there for a reason, you know? And so, you know, my reaction, is what makes my character. That's what I can control. I can't control what other people do. Yeah, and it's so hard to get involved with everybody's stuff, right? But I also want to get involved with I do care about people on a level that's a little deeper than just the group, right? I care about everybody. That's reality. That's who I am. And so oh yeah, what is this question that you had? Sorry, Clutch Bear, I missed your question. Let me see it. Hold on. Sorry, Clutch Bear. I wonder if it just shot past me. Okay, someone was oh, I see it. It's from Thought Police. It says my mom just told me the Mormon church is getting involved with the illegal immigrant situation. Um, I would say that anything in the mainstream, right? This is what's tough about this, right? Number one, is it true? Number two, um, you know, um, the Mormon church is on its own a whole nother set of problems, right? So I would say anything short of like being in the Bible, right? Reading it, and hey, what's up, Delady? Welcome. This is your first time here? Welcome here. And so read it and try as best you can to you know, study as much as you can and help the people around you, right? And like if you're gonna like be on YouTube, like we're on YouTube right now, right? Just know that like the world is hostile towards us, right? And so it's gonna be hostile towards us on here. And even in this chat, it will be hostile, right? Like everything's a microcosm of like it's probably a little bit better in here because we all have Jesus Christ in common, right? He gets all the glory for everything that happens in here. So does that help us? Yeah, a lot, right? It'll be probably less chaos in here, but there's still going to be stuff in here that's going to try our patience, right? Stuff in here that's going to uh, test our resiliency, test our um, restraint, right? Test our all these things, right? And so everything's here just to make us better, right? It's here to make us better. And so the truth is important. The Bible is important, right? God is the most important. but it's always going to be about people, right? It's about people, right? And so it's important how we treat each other, right? So when somebody, right, let's say somebody's acting out over and over and over again, it would give you like the indication that that person's not capable of acting right. And so we gotta like maybe like find a way to help that person, right? Without becoming part of the problem. And so if those things are clear over and over and over again, then, I got to do something about it. And that's hard. That's hard. I don't like making decisions like that. And because I feel like I'm the one that gets punished the most out of it. And so maybe that's the price of it. I don't know. Uh, and I do want God to trust me with more. And so I hope I'm doing okay with you know with you guys, and I hope that you know I don't know, because I don't see it. I hope you guys see God in me because like I feel it, but if you notice that in me, then that's great. I hope so. But it's hard to come out and just say that. I don't know why. I don't know why we're all at this space in life. I don't know why I am the way I am. I don't know why I absorb people's pain just automatically. You know, I have no idea. And so it's definitely nothing special that I did. If you add up all my decisions in my life, it doesn't add up to me being this blessed. It doesn't. But I feel like, my life is far better than I deserve. Well, thank you, Anti-Venom. I appreciate that. That's the only thing I ever do want to be known for is like just how much I love God, right? Like there's nothing else. There's nothing in this world that I want anymore. Like not that it's like all depressing, it's just like this I don't want it. There's nothing appealing to me about this world, man. And so oh yeah, me too, Sasquatch. Yeah, I could ignore that forever. And so yeah, like I'm not, and of course the scenery is nice and the mountains, sunsets, all that. That's birds. I love birds, right? It's all beautiful, right? But the world, right? The world itself, the materialism. I mean, even if like and I would have no problem going out there and I wouldn't be like hugely successful, but I'd be able to get along out there in the world, right? But it's not appealing to me. That's not an appealing life to me. Uh, I want to be with God in an incorruptible body so I could love him better and serve him better. That's what I want to do. That's what I was made to do. And so, I don't know why I crave that. Hey, Anti Venom, how are you doing? I hope you're better. I hope you can feel the prayers, because we've been praying for you. I didn't tell anybody about your situation, but like I told people to pray for you. And I'm just ready for God to get back here, because you know, I think the world, right, has given people this impression that it's like, oh, the end of the world, right? Well, there's not going to be an end of the world. It's just Jesus is going to come back, and it's not going to be corrupt no more. We're going to move on and live in incorruptible bodies, right, where we don't have sin and nastiness around us, and even our own nastiness, right? We'll shed that, and that'll be beautiful. What's up, Tom? I was just talking about you, man. And so, like, I don't know if you guys are okay with hey Deborah. I don't know if you guys are okay with doing a show earlier, guys. Like say because it's right now it's like 7:15 California time. So if I did a show with Tom, it would have to be like at 5 in the morning my time, and that would be 7 o'clock his time, and that's really pushing it. And I could do that, right? But would I have to do another morning show? That's the thing, right? Is that too early for some people? I mean, that would be good to know that. I guess I could put something up on the community board. And because with Tom, we could do a lot more scripture, a lot more, and those shows go fast. Like an hour will go by, and you guys won't even know that it's like you'll be like, "Darn, man, the show's already over." Those shows are good compared to what I'm doing now. So, and so it is what it is, you know. But I can't wait, man. I can't. I'm looking forward to everything, you know. So, what's up with you guys today? Anything? Revelation 21:1, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. Oh, wouldn't that be beautiful? You know, I mean, sure, I would mourn the old earth a little bit, but I wouldn't miss this place. You know, I would just know that I'm from there. You know, and but to go on to a new heaven and a new earth, can you imagine how beautiful that's going to be? Like, picture like if you can imagine it, right? Picture the best that this place um, could have been, right? Like, like what could this place have been if nothing was corrupted, right? If everyone like treated each other perfect, treated nature good, right? We got to see God every day, right? Imagine how beautiful this place would be, and you know that the next one's going to be an improvement, huge improvement, right? And we're talking about heaven and earth, right? So heaven's going to be probably, oh, it's a good, it's got to be indescribable, right? We probably don't have the words to describe this, you know. I mean, I would take, you know, I would take a corruptible body, and I could probably chill here, you know, in a glorified body, make it incorruptible, and that would be great, just to know that, you know, I just want to be nice to people, and you know, serve God, and man, I think that would be great. I wonder if I have any good verses on I got some good verses on faith. Can you guys still hear me? Uh-oh. I want to make sure that you guys can still hear me. Let me go back to it. Did you guys lose any touch with me at all the whole time? Okay, so I'm going to try this again. I'm going to go there. And I liked I went in the Old Testament a little bit, and I liked this, right? Psalm 46, uh, 1 through 3. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore will not we fear, though the earth be removed, and through the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with their swelling. Oh no, my sorry about that. And the mountains shake with their swelling and thereof. I thought that was beautiful. I like this one. Isaiah 43:2. When thou pa- when thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. And I wanted to like, you know, like start getting into um I wanted to start getting into Old Testament and kind of connect it to like, you know, it's interesting to go back there, right? Because like I've only read the Old Testament twice, right? I mean, some books I've read more than that, right, in there, but on its own in one, as a whole collection, twice all the way through, right? And I need to get back in there because there are a lot of verses that are connected, like that directly connect you to how God hasn't changed, and it really is amazing. It is, like I'm at the point now where, I guess I've, either listened to or read the New Testament books so many times that I could probably almost talk and, some of that will come out, right? But those Old Testament verses are so great. And of course, my favorite book in the whole Bible is Ezra. So I like how when the angel of the Lord came to him, was asking him, or Ezra asked him, and goes, "How much time do we have left?" And God said that the fire was out, but their smoke was still coming up. So we still had more time to go. And he would ask the angel of the Lord like questions that I would ask, like why did Adam do what he did, and wouldn't people be better off if they weren't born? Things like that. And I wish that I had that connection with God. Like I wish that I could fast and go out into some field, and just see God, or just have him at least write down instructions, right? Do this and I'll talk to you. Okay, just tell me what to do. Because I can't tell you how many times I've prayed to God, right? And I'm like, just tell me how to be. I just want to know how to be. I don't I don't want to feel these feelings I'm feeling right now. I just want to be the way you want me to be. And it sounds funny, right? But it was I prayed that in desperation. Psalm 18:2, my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer, my God, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler, my horn of my salvation, and my high tower. Ah, so beautiful. Because he's all those things, right? He holds us up. He makes everything possible. And I mean, what would I be without him? Can you imagine, like, if I had to like live this life without God, I wouldn't be able to attach any kind of, like real success or happiness to it, right? Because all that stuff on the surface is just oh, I gotta stop the chat. Why? What's going on? Are people behaving? Oh, you want me to drop the link? I don't know if I'm hearing this right. Am I supposed to drop the link? Oh, you want me to put the link in chat? Okay, I could do that. All right, let me get the link here. Promise to be good though. Uh, yeah, I don't mind having kind of a loose day today. I'm not really worried about any of that. I'm beyond that. Like, there's so many more that I'm dealing with that, like, it's just one of many that I deal with just by having a channel. You kind of open yourself up to that. There's probably 100. There's probably 100, sickos per square inch, for every one regular person on the internet. And so, like, if you're gonna have any kind of like semi-public, you know, presence, right? You got to expect that there's gonna be criticism and people that are, want to tear you down. But who cares about all that? Hey, BB, how you doing? Oh, it's good to see BB. Hey, Faith. Did I say hi to you? I think I said hi to you already. If I didn't, then you know how I feel about that. It means I like you double more. And so yeah, I dropped the link in there. I don't know. I can have a couple people out. It's hard when it's more than oh, please don't be. Okay. I'm gonna welcome AJM to the show. Hold on, guys. All right, I hope this is the real AJM. Please stand up.
Please stand up. Please
Good
stand up.
morning, AJM. How are you doing? Welcome to the
Brother,
show.
how's it going, brother? Okay.
It's going good, man. I mean, like here's the thing, right? We all
Yeah.
have an uphill climb in life, right?
Yeah.
And for the challenges that I have, right, which are all there, right, I'm about as happy and as great as I could be.
Yeah, I could understand that in these times, Stephen. Totally, mate.
You
Totally.
know, everybody's going through something, you know.
Yeah, we're all going through this drama and all this.
Nah, I don't even.
And
I'm not even.
it's not
I'm
drama.
over all that.
It's not even drama, to be honest, Stephen. It's just stupidness. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just blatant. We know what's going on. I mean, if you, I think most of your chat, I think if not all the chat, are wide awake of what's going on. But
Well,
some
what
of
I really want, this is what I really want, right? Is
go
for
on,
us to be able to, I know this is like a tight space, right? And I know not everybody's going to get along, right?
true.
But like in this chat for this time, right? I wonder if we can all like, even if you're already good, right?
Yeah,
Use it to grow a little bit, you know?
yeah. Basically, get on the same page, sort of thing. You know,
I mean,
yeah,
to see if we can even form a team, right? Because in the end, we're going to have to like there's going to be things to overcome, right? Uh, See, because evil, they are all together and they move all at once, and it's so uh, devastating how they are, right? How they act. They're in sync
yeah,
with each other, right? And whether they agree or not, right? They know that acting, along with the tribe will help them, benefit, right? And so as Christians, we don't act that way. In fact, the more truth that there is, the more split we get.
yeah.
And there's good parts to that and there's bad parts to that, right?
Yeah, of course. But in a way, Stephen, I look at it this. I mean, we're getting on YouTube. You know what YouTube is? It's just a fester of conspiracy and this, that, and the other. But you got to look beyond all that, and you got to look at the bigger picture, sort of thing. And basically, you basically are looking at the bigger picture. And at the end of the day, I mean, the Bible and Christ, and that is the bigger picture. You know,
Yeah.
we can look at politics, we can look at, all the psyops and everything's going on in the world, politics, banking system, technology. We all know what's going on. I mean, if you're pretty awake and you've been paying attention, you should know what's going on in the Middle East with the Pacific
Yeah.
Accords, with the Belt and Road and all that. And then you've got all these ships now. I mean, all these ships out in Florida and all, in the ocean, stacked up and they're trying to come out with these, like he was saying with the petrol crisis in the UK, Steve, and all of a sudden, like we had all these drivers and all these people in work. Don't get me wrong, they brought the corona nonsense out. Everyone on lockdown, so jobs were going. And they brought they calmed the coronavirus down a bit and give us a year of this. You got to do this. You got to do that. And so a lot of people went along with it. And then after about say 9 months a year, people started waking up to the nonsense of it. So in my eyes, we're getting the back we're getting the back end now of all these psyops, like all these ships that are held up in the channel, and then that other ship
Well,
that was in the other.
AJM,
Yeah,
AJM, we know that no
yeah,
matter what is happening, right? It's all
yeah,
orchestrated, right?
yeah.
It's
It's all
all
manifesting, yeah,
Yeah.
Stephen.
If there's an oil shortage or a food shortage or an anything, crisis, it's organized.
Yeah, but I mean
But
that's
I'll
the
say this. Hold on, let me
point.
say this real quick. Let me say
On
this
me.
real quick.
Yeah, go, go.
I do not give any medical advice. I am not a doctor. I
Yeah,
can only share my personal experiences, and I do not share the opinions of this guest, right? And follow the CDC guidelines if you want. All right, I won't. I'm not personally.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
you can make your choice.
Make your own
Hello,
choices.
Hannah. Welcome.
That's what you got to do. You know,
Yeah.
we're all in this together. And people think, "Ah, we're not all in it," but we are actually. We are all in this together. Now you
I
can,
want to read something.
yeah, go on,
Let me
Steve.
read this. Let me
Go on.
read this, AJM, real quick. Sorry to interrupt you, my
All right,
friend.
mate. Go
1 Corinthians 10:4. Did all drink the same spiritual drink? For they drank of that spiritual rock. That whoops, it skipped me. That that they sorry. For they drank that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ. Amen to that. And
Well,
we do have that in common, right? That I mean, this is what we have in common, right? And we need to just build everything on that, you
yeah.
know? It
Do you know-
everything is for him, right? This is for
yeah.
him. I don't want anything for myself, you
I
know?
mean,
I don't.
the way I look, honestly, Stephen, the way I look at it, mate. I mean, I read the Bible, which I've never really picked the Bible up. It really, I did when I was a child, but it just went in one ear and out the other ear. You know, I was too young and I wasn't really schooled on it properly as a child. And then I lost my faith and, what have you, for over a couple of decades. Got married, had a couple of kids. And then I had a few trials and tribulations in my life. I got over them 10 years ago and I've never looked back. And then maybe 6 years ago, I actually did pick a Bible up and I went, wow, what's this Bible all about? And then I started reading it and I started going, wow.
You know what? This is what's crazy, right? So
The thing,
when
the things what it was marrying up to me, Stephen, was the things that were going on in the world politically, military, technology. I was like, wow, I'm reading these verses in the Bible and this is getting a bit scary for me. And then I got more into it and I'm thinking, wow, it's not that scary. It's basically truth. If you start getting scared about what lines up with the Bible and what lines up with your reality in this world, you need to really,
to be
yeah.
honest, even if the news is bad, right? If it lines up with the Bible, I get a little like I
I
wouldn't
did.
say happy if it's bad, but excited that it's
I know what you're
confirmation.
saying. It doesn't bother me. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? We
I
know.
get a little like relief. I'm like, oh, that's more confirmation that this is,
Yeah, exactly.
you
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
basically the scriptures are
it's
correct.
coming true, you know.
Yeah, exactly, Stephen. Do you know
But
what I
it's
mean?
coming true in a way that like is impossible to manufacture, you know. It's impossible to fake the way it's coming true, like
Well,
in
yeah,
ways that I never thought, you know,
yeah. I mean, you could.
intertwined with my
Yeah,
own life, you know.
I can relate to that, Steve. You could basically, or Satanists or Luciferians or whatever you're into, they could be turning around and say, well, this is getting manufactured by the devil and Satan and the dragon and the serpent. But
Well,
basically, it's the Father who controls everything.
right, but listen to this, right? It says in the Bible, right, that Satan is, you know, in charge of the earth, right, running the earth, right, the god of this age, right. Now,
Yeah,
how can somebody believe that, right, and think that there's anybody good in charge anywhere? Like to see the way this earth is and how like evil things really are, right? It's
yeah,
like, oh wow, this place is run by Satan. Like like these are Satanists. I actually saw a guy that had a testimony, right? That said he was a former Satanist, right? He gave he was on the wrong path, you know, did all this stuff, right? And now he's on the right path, is what he's saying, right? And he says now he's a spiritual occultist,
yeah,
which is it's you're a Satanist. He's like so basically you know, uh he gives the story about being delivered from being a Satanist and now he's just a different kind of Satanist, you know? And
yeah.
this is what is passing for a testimony nowadays, right? This is crazy, right? This is upside down and crazy, right?
I mean,
But that's the confirmation, right?
do you know what I could say to you now, Stephen? Is a true
Thank you, Rose.
testimony is to me what you mentioned to Tony about your private life and stuff, and then that piece POS
Yeah, don't
started
worry about that.
related all that personal information. Now that is a true testimony of a true person that tells another friend or supposed friend about all his problems he's had in his life, and from the heart, which you did, and you told him, and God love you for doing it. There was no lies or nothing. And then
Mm.
Tony comes along and twists everything and makes
Hey,
you
Cole.
out
This is
like
my
a.
son right here. Look at, hey,
Is it William?
no, it's Cole. This is my
Cole.
youngest.
Oh, hello, Cole.
My youngest is my
Yeah,
biggest
nice to
one.
see you, bro. Nice to see you. Your
Hey,
dad's a good
Sheila, how
guy.
you doing? It's nice to see you, Sheila. Here we go. Oh yeah, yeah. So there's better stuff to talk about. So this
Exactly.
is
So
what I'll say. So
yeah,
so this is what I'll say, right? Is it that also relates because I'll say it like this, right?
but
And
that's
here's a
what we're
way we
doing.
can no, hold on,
Go
let me
on,
finish my
go on,
point. There's a way to tie this in, right? Is that God said, right, that in the end times, right, that um that we would be hated, right? Uh that people would look at us as if we are the problem, right?
Yeah,
We would be the overwhelming minority, right? And wherever the word is being taught, right, you're always going to get someone that wants to interrupt that or try to take away some of the spotlight off of Jesus, right, and onto themselves, right? And
yeah,
that's exactly what it is,
yeah.
is it's just that. And so I don't even want to talk about that anymore. I'm so far beyond that. I got like three other trolls that I'm dealing with that
Yeah,
you know what, get in line, it's not
yeah,
interesting to me anymore. See what you want on your own channel. I don't care. You can have a channel about zebras, you can have a channel about elephants, or whatever. Go do it. you know I'm at the point now where it's just we're done with that. It's not even entertaining anymore. And so
right.
what I'll say is this is with the young people right nowadays, right, like my son, right, what I want him to do is to like, because we're taught about evolution, science, and the spinning ball, Earth, outer space, right. So it's hard to think in our minds, right, of a God even being real, right. And so it's hard to get our mind wrapped around a good worldview, right. And so I just want to say that it's hard being a young person in today's world because you're so flooded with all this information about space and about we come from a monkey, right, and it's just everywhere and it's embedded in pop culture, everything, right.
Yeah.
And so it's important for them to know God.
Well, I'll just put a link in the YouTube chat there, Steve, for anybody. This guy, that's his channel. He's a street preacher,
Oh,
and he
hold on,
goes,
let me add, I'm gonna do this. You
yeah,
ready?
go on. And he goes out into
I'm
Leeds.
taking a risk.
Okay, go on, mate.
All
See
right, the
ya.
lady, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Oh,
I'm
it's
all right,
Kylie.
buddy. How are you?
Hello,
Just
hello,
welcoming
Kylie.
you to the show. But I'm gonna finish my. I just want to say it's nice that you're here and welcome, and
Yeah,
you're welcome to be here. You're welcome to hang out with us. Um,
Thank
I
you.
might want to have people on for their testimonies, but I'm gonna go ahead and like finish up with AJ and then round out. But thank you so much for coming, and I just wanted to say welcome, and I hope you keep
no,
coming back.
I
Steve. But
appreciate it. I just
Thank you
wanted to
Steve,
so
get
can I
in,
much.
just say, Steve?
Thank
Can
you
I just
so
say,
much.
Steve? Can I just say, Kylie's come on, so I think it would be nice if we could just let Kylie to have a little chat for 5, maybe 10 minutes before you
Well,
round out, mate. If
I
that's
already
okay.
no no I already put her back. I already she's off already. It's
Oh,
hard to fit everything in, right? I know
no,
it's
I just
disappointing. It's disappointing, and it feels like I'm the big bad guy. But
no, no, you're not the
but it's
bad guy.
like it's so hard to keep everything organized now, and then like to get like show ideas going. And I need to get more scripture in. And I'll tell you what, Rose saved me today with the scripture,
Yeah,
and like and really a hero. And and so like it's so hard to get everything managed, right? And then like it's like I'm not complaining. This is what I want to do because I don't have to do it if I don't want. I could click off and do something else. So I'm not complaining. I love it. But there's 100 messages I got to answer after this, right?
yeah.
Usually
Well,
100. If there's a fight, it's a lot more, right?
well,
And
I
then
did talk. I did talk to you about that
right,
in
but
Skype,
we
didn't
still,
I? About the channel, you got to answer the messages. You've got to keep
well,
on.
if you care, I mean, if you
That's
care and you
exactly
want it
what I
to be a
meant,
good
Steve.
group, yeah.
And I do know you care, and you try to answer all the messages that you can.
Oh
You know,
man,
people
but
think when you run a channel, it's just easy, and it's not because you know. people want to talk. If you've got a channel that people come to and people like, obviously they're going to send you emails or messages or Skype you or whatever because they like you. They can relate to what you're saying. They believe in God. They believe in the gospel. So obviously you're going to get communication from good people and stuff like that. But with
Yeah.
you running, as I say, Stephen, now you're doing 2 shows a day. Now you've got to try and get all that information from good people. You've got to read their email. And I agree, it most probably does take time out of you, Stephen. So
But
kudos to
what it
you, mate.
does,
Take me
but
hat
what
off
it
to you.
but but what it does, right? What it's worth it, right? Because the second show means that I don't have to limit to under an hour, because I'm
Yeah,
gonna get the same amount of clicks because it's 2 shows, and so I don't have to worry about being under an hour, right? And it's not
yeah.
really about clicks.
I was
That's
just
just the
about,
way.
you know what,
Hold on,
Stephen? I was
hold on.
just
Let me
about
finish
to
my
correct
point.
you on that
Yeah,
about
right,
click.
right. Let me finish my point. Yeah.
Go on,
So
bro.
like, so it's like it's not about the clicks, so that's a way to quantify it, right?
In a,
Because
yeah, in a
I
way,
want to
yeah.
reach 100 people that at least that we do know that are already subscribed. I want to reach 100 people that I don't know, and I want to answer all the messages personally, right? And
Well, yeah,
you
you
know,
said that
so
you want to reach the people that you don't know. That's
you
it,
have
Steve.
to reach some people. You have to reach some people
Like,
that you have to go in the mission field, right? To talk to
yeah,
at least if not brand new Christians, lost people even, right? And
yeah,
yeah, you have to go to some like borderline channels. I try to stick to more conservative stuff, but there's some channels I'll go out there because like someone's entertaining a little bit, and I'll just have it on while I'm like pecking around at other work or whatever, and
yeah,
then then I can say, hey, look, come back to this this chat and hang out with us. The only
yeah.
issue that I'm having, right, which is not an issue, is that we are building up a lot of like there's a lot of strong women Christians that are here, and that's great. But
Yeah.
like, it would be nice to see some guys too, And it seems like the guys that come, they kind of fade out. They don't want to stick around.
But do you know what,
But
Stephen?
yeah,
Honestly, mate, I seen a great comment about a week ago, or it could be a little bit longer, from Paula Level Up, and she made a brilliant comment in chat. It was about the tongue. We've got to learn to tie our or bite our tongues. I'm not sure the actual comment she made. It was about the tongue. It was about biting our tongue or controlling our tongues, and
read the
that's
book of
basically
James. Read the
that.
whole book of James.
That was it in a nutshell. When she put that comment, and I was like, wow, do you know? And that's basically what it is. People need to control their emotions, control
Yeah.
the tongues, especially. The way some of these men, supposed men, talk to women is
See you
just a
later,
man.
y'all. Thank you.
You don't talk to, even if the woman is wrong, or even if she's, I don't like say pissed you off, or I don't like using words like that.
Uh,
But if that's happened, you just walk away, or you just calm down, and we're totally two different, well, with the same species, but we're different. Like, you got women and you got
we're the
men.
same species.
Well, we are the same, we are, but
Come on,
I
AJ.
I always used to say women, nah, they're a different species to us, man.
Why would you
Joking.
say
I
that,
don't have a joke,
AJ?
but they're not. We're all the same, but women have got their own
Oh,
emotions. They've got their problems in life. I mean, take me out of them. They bear children for us. Do you know what I mean?
I'll tell you what. If it
You can't,
wasn't
if that's not grateful. I mean, I had a wife and she bore 3 children. She carried 3 of my kids for 9 months, three
amazing,
times in her belly, and I've seen the 3 of them get born.
well,
There's no more joy than that, mate.
I
Do you know?
definitely appreciate the ladies in my life,
I'm telling you, mate.
and so,
I mean, I'm not going into the feminism, the crazy cat, and all that. No, but
well,
there are
let's
good women out there, mate. Real.
why, AJ?
Real.
This is my question to you, right? How come? And I know you try your best, right? And I know that you try, and
Yeah,
I
go on,
know
mate.
that you're
I'm
working
truthful
hard,
to you,
and
even
you
I'm
no,
truthful.
listen. I know that you're getting better. I see improvement in you all the time, and you're like, I know how your heart is, right? And you want to be good. I know it, right? But you pick some controversial stuff to talk about sometimes, and
I
it's
know,
like, and it's like,
I
come on,
know.
man,
Come on, but
like,
Stephen, if you don't talk about it, these
I
controversial
know.
issues, because
At least you're honest about how you feel, you
it's
know.
the people in power that put these controversial issues in our faces. So what, are we supposed to just ignore it and just shove it under the carpet? Well,
Well,
to
no.
be honest, I'm not, because I believe in the Bible, and I believe in, man does not lie with man, and woman the same does not lie, and I'm against abortion, and I've got a lot of beliefs in my life that I was sort of brought up and I've clung to since a child, and
Amen,
I've
level up.
rekindled that with the Bible again, and I'm thinking, well, there's no spinning ball, there's no, you know what I mean? The Bible has brought me back to reality in a way, and it's brought me back to God as the Father, and it's brought me back
Oh,
to His
thank
Son.
God.
I mean, the only way to the Father, you got to pray to Jesus, you got to repent to Jesus, you got to understand. Try not to do the same things twice, 3 times, because then
I'm
it's
really
getting.
proud. I'm really proud of this, of how the chat's reacting, and I'm proud of you for
It's
being
honestly,
honest on your
Stephen,
heart.
you know
I
what I mean?
am, because
I know, do you know
things are going
what?
good
I
here.
will be, I honestly, Stephen, I will be the first to put my hand up and say I am guilty of going in other people's chats and causing a little bit of chaos or a little bit of commotion. I will admit that. And I
Just a
am
little
sorry
bit, huh?
for any other chats that I've been into where I've caused a little bit of commotion, or I apologize.
And what
Right?
does it say? What does it say in Proverbs? What are we supposed to do, AJ? No, no strife and no none of
It's
that,
Stephen. I
right?
do, honestly.
But you know what? You're gonna turn into a great wellspring of truth. You know,
Well,
that's what I believe, and
that's
it's
all it is,
gonna.
Stephen.
We're
You've
getting there. Hey AJ, we're getting there, dude. We're getting to the end here, and it's like I'm excited, but I'm also like I just want for people that are just on the fence, right? That that
Yeah, I
I
mean,
just
do you know
want them
what,
to put
Steve?
their faith in Jesus for their salvation because I don't want I don't think I could live with myself, you know, if
Yeah,
we're at that threshold and someone was like in my care, right? And you know, it would just I
yeah,
know that that it's up to God, right? And he creates the new believers, he creates salvation for
yeah,
everybody. But you know, I just want I just have a heart, right, for everyone to make it. And I have this I fall in love with people's potential, right? And I
yeah,
don't know why, but I have this kind of like, you know, it's kind of weird ability to kind of see like people's mannerisms, like people's character really without them really telling me much, you know. I don't know why. Um but
yeah,
it's a gift, right? You know, but it's
yeah,
also something that like could go way wrong, you know. And so
yeah.
you have to nurture people's
I mean, at the end of the day,
you know,
Steve,
abilities, you
I mean,
know, and
I
care
don't
for
know
their
whether
heart.
the chat agrees with this one or not, but when you hear a person live speak on YouTube, and you might have never heard them, but you've read the comments over maybe 6 months or whatever, and then all of a sudden you hear that person actually live on YouTube actually talking, then you'll get a better picture of that person from the comments. Like, I've
Well,
had this
I'll say this.
issue.
I think the people in this chat, most of the people in this chat, are able to like sense out if somebody's lying or if
Well,
somebody's not
yeah,
lying.
well,
Like
well, that's it. I
they
mean,
can feel it. There was a lot of empathic people in here, like
yeah,
empathetic people. But let me read a
yeah.
scripture real quick. Let me read a
Yeah,
scripture
go
real
on,
quick.
Stephen. Yeah, go on.
Proverbs 16:4. Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for their day of evil. And isn't that coming true? I mean, it's come true all through history, but it's uh it's especially
Well,
true right now. And you want to know what scriptures scare
it's
me?
it's getting to me, Steve. It's where they who call things good evil, and them who call
Right,
evil.
right.
That's where we're at. Sort of, in my opinion, it's getting that
That's
close
what
to me.
we're getting to, and that is what scares me. Is that not fear for myself, but fear for the world? Right? That there's going to be people that are going to call good things bad and bad things good, and not even have the ability to see God anymore. You know,
Do you know
and
what? Do you
that's
know what?
just crazy to me. You know,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
One of my, well, I would say one of my biggest fears, but it's not a big fear sort of thing. One of my main hiccups in my life, or now at this moment in my life, is I know what's coming and I'm prepared for it. But what I'm thinking is
Well,
about the
write me a
family,
list of things I need
my
to.
family members that
Yeah,
I'm trying to explain to them about all the psyops, spinning ball and chemtrails and
yeah.
politics, and well, everything that they throw at us, which are lies, and we know a lot of it's truth. You know,
Yeah, but the hardest part about this, the spinning ball and the evolution is it like the time for like debate and evidence and all this stuff, that's all over. It's time to grow up, man. It's not a
yeah,
spinning ball.
I would,
Accept it. We were lied to. Like, like we piled up evidence for so many, like for at least since, I don't know, I met you in
yeah.
2017.
Well,
So at
that's the
least
thing,
since
Stephen.
then,
It's been
at
going on
least
too
since
long now.
listen to what I'm saying. So at least then, right? Like we built up um we built up all that evidence right up until now, right? And now it's like there's so many videos that have it all in one day. It's like, okay, look, I know it's uncomfortable. I didn't like it when I had to first get into it, right? But you know what? This is what the world is, and the best part about it, right? The best part about it is it just reconfirms what's going on in the Bible, right? It gives us our confirmation, right? That
I mean, do you know what I
you
can
know,
say, Steve? No to these ballers. I don't really like talking flat earth anymore, but I'm going to say this.
yeah, I'm
If
almost
these
done with it.
ballers, if these ballers haven't got it after 5, 6 years of the flat
I
earth,
don't
and
think they were trying to be
look,
reasonable to begin with.
well, yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is, if the ballers haven't got it yet in the last 5, 6 years with the scientific evidence of the flat earthers, right, and also Hollywood and TV just putting it blatantly in their faces. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How these, we almost like, it's like Ranty, another character. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like
What
to
was
me,
that
that
all about?
look,
Not just Ranty, Stephen.
what's up, Zach?
Jose Gonzalez, he did the same. There's been a couple of them that have just flipped,
Yeah. Well,
and I'm like, wow, what are you doing?
well, I had a talk with I had a not a talk with Ranty, but like I messaged him, right, and I said, hey Ranty, you never lied to me, right? You've always been good to me, right? And I just want to say that uh are you being serious that like you really believe in a globe now, right? And he said yes, right? And I mean, I don't know what to say to that, like
Well, exactly. What
I
is the
just I just
thing?
sort of left it at that, right? Like I'm
And
just like, you know,
it's just so, he was on board for three, and he was on board longer than Jose flipped. Jose flipped after about a year. Jose G. Gonzalez, didn't he?
yeah, I don't believe any of
Nancy
that.
was on board for about 3.5 years. He was going everywhere with
He did
Nathan, with
some of the most important work,
yeah, he did.
he
And
did
next
some
minute, three and
with
a half years
with
later, he just flips.
yeah, but with viewing functionality and shadow position and even like mirages, right? Like I mean, he did some of the most important work in viewing functionality
Yeah, he
in
did.
pictures, right?
Well,
And it baffles me.
he's on the
There's
Black
no
Swan
way
and
there's
Blackpool.
no way that he
Those
can
Blackpool.
believe that what he's saying now
No,
after
I
the
just
type of information that he learned and was like passing on to us is like it's indisputable that
I mean, at the end of the
the
day, Steve,
water is flat for sure.
how can you take a person like that seriously at the end of the day?
It's hard, man. You don't know
It's
what they're going
crazy, and
through.
it's like, and it's not just that. That was like a point I brought up about Ranty and Jose, the way stuff like that does happen on YouTube.
Eh,
But we've seen it in the other arena now. We've seen it with Tony, where
no, I don't
we
want to talk
we
about
jumped
that.
on board, and then me and you, Steve,
This
were
is
like,
dumb.
"Whoa, what's going
Who
on here?
cares?
We're out of here." Same as
Who cares?
Ryan, Vinny, they were like, "Whoa, what's going on, Tony? We're
Hey,
getting off. See you
hey,
later."
hey, who cares?
I know that's the point I'm trying
But
to
this
make.
is what I am saying, right?
And
This
now
is
it's
what I'm
going on.
looking.
It's going on in the auditing community now. They're
Right,
all
I get
stabbing
it,
each
but
other in the back.
the thing is I don't want to give it any
Try
information anymore. I don't want to give it any. I don't want to throw a log on that fire, because I'm gonna have people that are helping me. They're gonna sit up here with me, right? And I mean, I would like less stress for them too, right? We got to
yeah,
think about how our actions, right? Every variable affects everybody in here, right? And so I'm very careful with things that I like get involved with. Yeah, and that chapter is done. I'm
yeah,
done,
yeah.
and I think everyone in here is done. You know, and so everyone in here is so important to me, right? That it's just not worth it to me to even go there, because no weapon formed against us shall prosper, and it hasn't. All it's done is make the channel bigger, better, stronger, and everything's better about it, and it keeps the people I don't want away.
Correct, Stephen. It's brought
It,
more
it's
people
only
together.
it's only made things better.
Yeah, it's brought more good people together.
So let's go forward then. Let's talk
That's it.
about, like, let's talk
Scriptures of
about the
Jesus.
sky opening up and Jesus coming down on the clouds, right?
That's it, man. It's
Because
going to happen.
because people can be in denial all they want, and I was
It
a
can be.
little bit in denial, right, about how much time we have left, right? But
Yeah.
we're there. Like, things are gonna rapidly happen,
Well, it
So
says in the Bible, when you start seeing the signs, it's not going to take forever it's going to happen seriously overnight, sort of thing. And I
those
mean, when you say that overnight, that's like, we're all with these times of the Bible, and you got to really, I mean, I'll take my hat off to Paula. Very clever woman, very clever. She's very scriptural. She knows Greek, Hebrew, Tertullian, she knows her stuff, Paula. And that's why I listen to Paula, because I know, she doesn't hold to any faith or any, she's not baptism or evangelicist or Seventh Day Adventist. Paula is her own, and she just keeps the scriptures, and she tries to figure out what the words mean, and it's
all that it comes and
just
Dad
hold on,
will
Steve.
tell him where to go.
go take care of your dad. Go on mute.
No, it's all right,
Oh, go
Steve.
take care of your dad. I'm gonna go ahead and round out. Now let me talk to the people real quick before I round out. I love you so much, buddy. Thank you for coming on. God bless you, and say hi to dad for me. Oh, it's so good to have him on. I'll say this about AJ, right? Is AJ is nice, but he's getting better every day, and I know his heart, right? I know that he wants to be good, and I know that he's getting there, right? And we're all at different levels, right? And he has impressed me. Like, I mean, I can't say enough about him, really. He's one of my best friends, and so that's the way that is. If you know where someone started and where they're at, it could be impressive sometimes, And so to answer your question, Sacramento Truth, about end times teacher, I guess he's got my number. We'll have to discuss that. Um, I'm not interested in any debates or anything like that, but discussion would be nice, I guess. But you know, if the spirit is right over there. And so yeah, but yeah, I mean the time for debate is over, right? Like we're this is it, right? It's time to get ready for him to come back, right? It's time to get ready for the Lord, right? And so I'll tell you what, I appreciate Rose for putting those scriptures in the chat, right? And I think we can do more of that, right? And like I have the ability to start doing it now on my own, but it's nice if we're all included. I like that. Yeah, if he wants to call me Sack Truth, I'm cool with that. Like he seems like a nice enough kid. He's a young guy. But yeah, the last time I was over there, it got crazy. And it is what it is. And so I'll say this, right? Before I do anything, right, I think about how it's going to affect people in this chat, right? And how it's going to affect, you know, um, my credibility or my ability to communicate with people or reach people, that kind of thing, right? and and there's a lot of variables, right, that go into how people are behave and problems they have with each other, and so like there's a lot that goes into that too. But I take that on myself, right? I do that to myself because it's to me it's more than this, right? I know how to be happy, right? On my own, I know how to be happy. I just want God to be happy with me. That's it, right? And so I could cut this thing off and just go to the hospital and talk to disabled veterans, and chill with them and talk to them about God, but like the thing is that I have like a never ending energy and a never ending desire to like I love you people, and I care. And so God gives me like all this energy and drive to do this. I mean, when I go outside my calling, trust me, I know, right? When I get too big for my britches and try to do too much, right? I know that that's not what I'm supposed to do. But, you know, imagine if I was a different kind of way. I don't think I could do what I'm doing right now. I don't want anything for myself, you know. I don't have a motive for anybody, you know. And so do I once in a while, like, in my life, have I needed help? I don't know, every few years maybe, but not very often, right? But people have helped me in this chat. And so um, I'll just say this: I don't want anything for myself. I just want everybody to be comfortable and to be ready for what's coming, and for any new person that's interested in talking about God, I want them in here, you know, and I hope that we're here to make them feel comfortable and secure. And so, and we're all learning other stuff about ourselves to get better for other stuff, right? God's has plans for all of us. So I'll read this last scripture, and then I will round out. Um, Psalm of David, right? Oh, this is going to be beautiful. Blessed be the Lord, my strength, which teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight. Man, David, I like Psalm 119. I know it's a big one, but I just love how that's how I feel sometimes. Uh, David was like in love with God, and I mean that's kind of how I feel. I mean, in the uh, you know, that's how I feel. I love God that much, and so it is what it is. Not in the not I don't know anybody would take that the wrong way, but um, I love God above everything, and you're important to Him, and how we treat each other is important. And so Deborah says, my friend is a veteran. He passed away. He was in the 101st, was the best friend and lived. And yeah, I'm a veteran too. I don't know anybody that lives in the hospital, but I think they have barracks over there somewhere, like for like if you like are like a homeless vet working your way to getting a place or something. I think they have that kind of stuff over there. But yeah, sorry to hear about your friend. I was in the Army too. And so, man, we had a good show today, and everyone got involved. And I'm just like, I'm happy that you guys here, and I hope you guys are happy with, I hope, I'm doing my best. And so, I'll say, see you later, guys. God bless. Tonight at, oh, thanks to Lady for coming. Welcome. You know, you're more than welcome to be here. And so, God bless you guys. Praise Jesus for His sacrifice and His grace. And see you guys at 7 o'clock tonight. Pray for the children.